I always say this: you can't do anything great alone. You're always going to need people. And if it's about a company, then you need a dream team. You need a great team to drive the project from inception so that you go achieve the dream. For the great dream to be achieved, you need what? The one thing, the great dream team. So how to build a dream team is what we're going to be dissecting today. We're going to be unpacking 13 elements of a great team. And I just want you to stay put, relax, and watch how we kind of process this together to come up with the things that makes a team great. All right, so we dive into it right now. So there are 4 categories of team members that you're going to have in your team. People come with different skill sets, ideologies, and personalities, but there are basically kind of 4 types, personality types in a dream team. Before you get to a dream team, by the way, in every team, 4 categories. You have the doubters. Number 2, you have the non-believers. So let's start with the doubters. The doubters are those who doubt anything you say. They doubt. They don't believe in it. All right, and they want to become part of the team. Basically, when the team actually becomes a dream team, the doubters, should have been converted to non-believers and maybe believers to true believers, or they fall out. All right, so you have the doubters, people who doubt everything you say, Really advise you not to allow people like that get into your team. When you identify that such a person is a doubter, please get rid of that person, because it's going to bring the negative energy and it's going to contaminate every other person, to be doubting on what you're doing. You don't need people like that in your team. So basically, there are doubters. Like, there is one VIP winner who comes all the time. He's the only one who comes with negative energy. And when he comes with his negative energy, come and complain. So, Star Daddy, people are complaining that this community is taking too long for us to start crowdfunding. We said, no, we're not going to crowdfund when people don't have money in their bank accounts. Come on. Yes, we know we said we are going to be crowdfunding to be doing businesses together, but we can't crowdfund with people who don't have jobs. You need to first have a job. So our goal right now is to help a lot of VIP winners to get jobs first, because when you can raise money, then you can save before you can invest together. We are not a Ponzi scheme where we tell you bring millions to come and put here. No, we are organic. We invest our money, and you invest in the business that you run. For example, 7 Studios. You invest in the business that you go run it. Physical business. Another one, Safe Home Restaurant. Physical business that people see, and you are involved in the management of it. But for design, physical business, we use the products. Javan footwear, the shoe I'm wearing, But the doubter, that particular VIP winner, comes all the time with complaints. He's the only one who comes with complaints. Recently, I and Paul, when he is writing to us, we don't marry, because he's going to take our energy to the negative. And we don't want that. I avoid him. I can't wait for him to leave the community. I can't wait for him and people like that to leave the community. Those are doubters. You don't need them, because they come and contaminate the rest of the people with negative energy, and it's not just good at all. Get rid of every doubter around your team. Second, the non-believers. He's not a doubter, but he's a non-believer. All right? He has not caught into the vision. He does not believe in the vision. He's just there watching what is going to happen. He likes the vision. He likes everything you're doing, but he's just there watching. What's going to happen? Or she's just there watching. What's going to happen? What this guy's trying to do is a non-believer. People like that, you could allow them, because it's easy to convert a non-believer to a believer. The third, the believers. People who believe in the vision. They believe. You ask them to take action, they take action, they believe. They believe. But sometimes don't count too much on them, because they just believe. All right? They caught the vision. They are not yet at a level where they have personalized the vision, so they can't run with the vision. So they have just believed in the vision and they're part of it. People like that, you will still have them in your team, but don't count too much on them, because they're just average believers. The real people you want to have in your team are the true believers. These are the people who have caught the vision, who have internalized the vision, and are ready to run with the vision. You see the difference? Like in situation like the VIP winners community, you have people like Neighbor Paul Azinwi, someone who has caught the vision, has personalized the vision and is running with the vision. Someone like B Petula of Mafo Design, she caught the vision, she's personalized the vision and she's running with the vision. Someone like Chris Kofon, he caught the vision, and so many other people that I know have caught the vision. Ye Isa, you have Charles Luanga in Kribi, Ye Isa in Bamenda, you have George Ganka, you have Michael in Bamenda, These are guys who have caught the vision and they're running with the vision. You have someone like Gideon Tanga in Yaoundé. You have Sophie Ngasa in Yaoundé. You have Faith Kum in Yaoundé. There's so many VIP winners like that. Emmanuel, in Boya, who have caught the vision, and are personalizing the vision and are running with the vision. Those are the kind of people we call the true believers. Someone like Davin Tonifo, my PA, she's caught the vision, she's internalized the vision, and she's running with the vision. So, really, if you have true believers in your team, then you've got the dream team right there. So let's find out, the 13 elements that makes, a great team, what you want to see in them, and what you need to do to make sure you have like the best team, ever to drive the vision. Let's go. Number one, you look for people who've got opposing strengths. For example, Star Daddy is a leader. So what I need, if I need to recruit, I don't go looking for somebody who is a visionary, you get? I don't look for somebody who is a great salesperson and a great storyteller or a marketer. I look for somebody who is good at operations, who is good at structures, who is good at systems, someone who can handle the details. I need a manager. That's why, teaming up with someone like Davin Tonifo gives me an urge in the marketplace, So basically, you have this, when you're recruiting, you recruit in terms of, structure. The S stands for structure. Someone who can structure things around you and make your business more efficient. You have like the technical person. Crisco is somewhat kind of a technical person. When he comes multimedia, he's the best at what he does, Having someone like that is very key. He doesn't come to talk much. He comes with, professionalism. He comes with expertise. He comes with technicality to bring and make things happen. And you see products. And most of the money you can make around a team is from the technical team, because those are the guys that do the work and they make it happen. They don't just talk. They don't talk. You market, go talk. When it comes to producing results, technical things, call them, they come make it happen. Technical, the next is action. Guys who can take action, These are mid-term strategies and short-term strategies. Someone like Neighbor Paul Azinwi. We need to go get this thing done. Who is going to shake hands? You call Neighbor Paul Azinwi, he goes makes the connection. That's why I call him the king of networking. Action. Relationship, someone like Michael is good at relationship, building cordial relationship. If you want someone to pitch something to somebody in the way that the person will buy into it, call Michael. I've seen him pitch his own products. I've seen him pitch the VIP winners community. Call someone like Charles Wanga, who is good at communicating. Someone like Neighbor Paul Azinwi, who is good at communicating, creating long-term relationships. Somebody who is likable, who knows how to in-depth the moral bank account of other people. So basically, you want to recruit opposing strengths. If you're a technical person, what you need is someone who can sell. You see, you have to see where you're lacking. You recruit in the domain of your weakness, not your strength. You don't need to go and recruit somebody who is exactly like Star Daddy. You don't need it. You don't need that. You don't need that. Exactly like you, because you are like that, you want people who are just like you. You guys are speaking the same language. You guys have weaknesses, and if the person is not complimenting you, then that's not a dream team. You will not be growing. Next, watch who is buying the vision and who is out for the money. When you're casting the vision, look inside the room, be looking into their eyes. Be looking to the way they respond to things, the questions they ask. You're going to know exactly who has bought the vision and who is just here for the money. And be careful with the person who is just out for the money. That person is going to betray you or quit in no time and is going to leave you halfway. So you want to start seeing on how to replace that person who is out for the money and stay with the people who buys the vision. Next, hire 2 at a time. Hire 2 at a time. If you need an accountant, hire 2. If you need salespeople, hire 2. Hire 2 at a time. If you need a communication officer, hire 2 at a time. The reason why I personally love to hire 2 at a time is because when there are 2 at a time, there is competition in the office. And it's either the 2 of them produce an amazing result together that produces the amount of money that will permit you to keep both of them. You get? Or one person produces very high and the other produces very low, and it's now clear for both of them who is going to stay and who has to quit. And eventually one person is going to quit. So never you recruit one, always recruit 2 at a time. That's what is my style of doing things, and it works. Maybe you want to copy that as well, on how to build a dream team. Next, number 4, don't compromise your standards. Some people are going to come into your team and they want to lower the standards. As far as I'm concerned, the walls, you don't touch the walls. You don't touch the walls. I love standards. The toilet needs to be clean at all times. Make sure you check it. The dustbin is emptied. When people come, there's a certain way people are introduced in the office. There's a certain way they sit. And you know, various things. There's a way you guys write documents. There's a way you guys report. There's a way you guys store documents, you know, and report to clients. You stay compliant. You stay, you know, very professional in the way you go about things. The standards, as you keep raising the standard, some people are going to come, no, Masa, you know, check man, other man say the whole, if it's in America, this, Masa Mojo do them anyhow, you know. You want to keep the standard, don't lower the standard for any reason. If there's a video that does not come out well when I watch it, I tell Chris, man, this video is not going out. We need to go back into the drawing board. We could cancel it, we could reshoot it. You may want to edit this part for us to have the standard of video that we want to send out there. It's very important. Don't lower your standard for any reason, because some team members will want to lower your standards every time. They don't want to raise it. Next, number 5, values and principles. This is very key. Every company, every organization, every team has got values and principles. In our own team, we may want to say, okay, we don't want people who gossip. We have, you know, ways of doing things. We don't want people who cheat, people who lie, don't bring bad energy here, and so on and so forth. You put the values and principles very clear. Integrity, intelligence, efficiency, those things matter a lot. So make sure you come up with your core values and principles, and you stay with them, and you share it with everyone so that everybody knows this is what we can permit, this is what we're not going to tolerate right here in our workspace, in our team, within the team, so we stay very, very fired up for what we're doing. Next, number 6, don't compromise the big goal for the small goal. Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? What is the sacrifice? The big vision. Always let everybody in the team know that this is the big goal. This is the goal. This is the goal. This is where we are going. 20 years plan. This is where we are going. It's not about, you know, we have 1 million francs, we have 5 million francs, and the dream ends there. No. This is the goal. It's big. Okay, now that we've got into this level, let's just relax now. I will not try now. No, how would you believe, let's say, what achieve the ultimate for this world? No, people like that are going to come talk to you, and they want to lower the standards, they lower the magnitude of the dream. Your goal, the goal is to go create an alternative economy, you know, to create, you know, a financial institution that is worth billions and billions and billions of francs. And you need to let everybody know that we are for the big dream. We are not for the small dream. We are for the big dream. You either sign and log into the big dream, or you log out, because some people are just coming hungry, poor people from very poor backgrounds. They come with entitlement mentality. They are lazy. They don't learn new things, but they want to come mix with you, and they bring that mediocrity into this team. You need to identify such people and dismiss them, because they're going to bring negative energy. Next, identify long-term and short-term thinkers. When you are in the team, some people are short-term thinkers. You need them as well. Some people are long-term thinkers. So the short-term thinker is a short-term strategist. Those are people who go for immediate, you know, problems around. What's the next thing to do? People like that loves to be delegated. They love you to tell them, do this is the next thing to do. They do the short-term things so good. But the long-term thinkers are always like, okay, what's the next plan? What's the next phase of our growth process? What are we expanding? Are we growing to a next level? What are we actually doing? What should we do to move to level A to level B, and to move the company to its next level of growth? Long-term thinkers, they're always like, okay, in this vision, what am I supposed to do? Can I give myself 6 months, 9 months? Do we need new skills? Do I can upgrade my skills? and come back so I can serve the vision in a bigger way. What do I need to do? They stay compliant. Long-term thinkers are always very, very patient, and they're the most loyal people in the team. Those are the kind of people you need. We also need short-term thinkers, people who want to solve immediate problems. You delegate them on that. Next. Number 8. Constantly test until you can trust. Allow crisis reveal their true potential. Is very, very, very important. Don't just say this person is a good person because the person looks handsome or he looks beautiful. The fact that you are tall does not make you a good worker. Or you have good shape does not make you a good worker. People come into a team, especially when you are recruiting, they'll come tell you, I've been in so many recruitment councils, and when we recruit, you have some amazing CVs. People come with CVs that can blow your mind. They say, no, one lady came, I pay attention to details. I'm the kind of, result-oriented kind of person. Look at my CV, and I studied at this university. I have a master's in this and that. With me, I'm never late. If I'm 10 minutes before the time, I'm late. That's what that lady said. I was like, wow, this is the kind of person we're looking for. Guess what? As she started working, 2 weeks, every day she was late. Not 10 minutes, not 30 minutes. She was 1 hour late. And she was never producing any results. So she was lying. I couldn't wait to get her fired because she just lied. Because she was a smooth talker when it came to doing the work, she was not available. She was not available. She was giving one excuse to the other. There are some VIP winners, and they claim to be my mentees, but I'm just laughing at them. They come and say, oh, standard here. They have the big dream, but when it comes to work ethic, they don't just show up. They can't put in the work. They know themselves. Most of them are watching this. They'll even comment below, maybe, but they don't put in the work. Guys, we don't, in a team, they always know when you are putting the work and when you're not putting the work. The work for yourself, even for your own self-growth, people know. And a good player never lacks a team. Get this from me today. A good player never lacks a team. If Chris Crawford leaves my major team today, he's going to get another team in which they need him right now. In fact, they need him in about 4 places right now. Born alive.
I will return.
Like, if Star Daddy leaves the VIP winners community, there are so many places waiting for me right now to work at. They're pulling me all over the place. A good player never lacks a team. Why? Because you have the work ethic, the right work ethic. You can be loyal, you can be trusted. When you get on something, you put your passion to it and you give it your all. People are looking for, very efficient, team members all over the world. People are looking for efficient members. As busy as I am, people still come, oh, Standard, I have this project. I really want you to be part of it. I'm like, you already see the many things I'm involved. Why? Because the world is in dire need of effective people. People can deliver results. So don't just constantly test everybody in the team to see who is loyal and allow. During crisis, that's where you're going to see the true attitude of many of your team members. When there's a crisis, the way they handle that crisis, the way they go about it, that's where you're going to know the attitude of each and every one. So watch, be vigilant, be vigilant. 9, create a call-out environment within the team. What does that mean? It means that I will not want David to come tell me, oh, Saturday, this person did it, Mirel do this to me, oh, Stefania, Mirel, this is it. No. I will not want Crisco to come and tell me, oh, no, we don't want that. See, I will tell Crisco, see, if you think Paul has done something wrong, call him out. Talk about it. Address it with him. Have a chat. You could take him to go have lunch together. You could ask him to give you 10 minutes of his time that you really want to talk about something, and you call him out, tell him this thing you did, I don't like it. Why did you do it? I need an explanation. Address it. I've learned one of the shortcomings I had when I was quite younger is that I never loved to have the difficult conversation. But the more I grow, the more I'm very comfortable to have a difficult conversation. Recently, I called one of my closest collaborators and he said, I want to see you. She came and I was like, this thing you did really pissed me off. I'm really annoyed with you. And she was like, wow, I never knew it was something bad. Sorry, I didn't do it intentionally. I really apologize. I won't do it next time. And we were good. You get? She apologized. I told her I was very, very annoyed and cross about that attitude. You know, a call-out environment. Because they say the number one skill, like I always repeat, the number one skill, number one, listen, one. Number one, get this into your mind, right? Number one skill of entrepreneurship, of an entrepreneur, is effective communication. In effective communication, you need to call out. Don't assume the person knows you are angry. He does not know why you are even angry. You're just putting an attitude that you expect your boss or your team members to understand that you are angry, you don't love this. You think they know what they did wrong. They don't know. They need you to tell them all the time. Have that difficult conversation, and you will see how there will be so much cohesion, there will be so much unity and strength within the team, because it's a call-out environment. Make it comfortable to call out when somebody goes wrong. Get into the room and say, why is that chair there? It's not good to be having the chair disorderly like that. Call out people, right? It's very important. People think I'm weird, because Star Daddy tell you the way it is. I'm going to look you in your eyes and tell you what I think you're doing wrong. If you don't do the same, that's your problem. But I will tell you when it's my turn. And I wish you could tell me, because I'm not perfect. I'm just a human being like you, full of weaknesses. It's my right to have those weaknesses. It's your right to have those weaknesses. But if we call out each other, it shows that we want each other to become better, and we want to give ourselves a possibility to grow. That said, let's move to number 10. Constantly paint a picture of what each member can become. Now you've given the big picture. You've painted the picture about the company and the vision. Now individually, human beings, every human being, see his or herself as the most important person as far as they're concerned. You may want to disagree, but that's the truth. You know it. So people care about themselves more than the company. Hello? They want to know what's in for them. So you need to give them a career path. What can you become in this vision? This is what you can become. That's why I always start by asking you, what do you want to become? Yourself. So that I get into that dream and help you become the best in your industry, the best in your domain. It's about what you want to become. Then I can show you now the possibility of how you can become within the framework of that vision and the community. It's very important. If in your team, people want to do different things. For example, today, my PA is the queen of PAs. She has a PA academy where she trains many young ladies and young men on how to become a good personal assistant, a good administrative assistant, a good secretary, and a good number 2 to any successful person. That's powerful. I'm supporting her. She runs the PA Academy. She goes by the name of Davin. If you don't have a job and you're a young girl, this is one lady you want to follow and get her mentor you, because she got a lot. She's the best PA in the world, as I speak right now. Why? I constantly painted the picture for her to see what she can become, and she bought into it. Today, she's a reference. We can quote her anywhere as an exemplary person. A PA that can train other PAs. Next, as a leader, you have to be all in, be the best in the room. For example, we are mobilizing 1,000 VIP winners. Right now, we are almost 800 of us. And sometimes when I see some very powerful, dedicated VIP winners, I get challenged. Why? Because I want to be the best in the room. I want to be the best in the room. Make sure as a leader you are the best in the room. You work harder than any other person. You come earlier, you leave the last. Most of the time than any other person, you put in the work, you deliver, you are accountable, you give report, you are enthusiastic, you are efficient at what you do, so that you become an example for everybody to look at you and dream, wow, his work ethic is insane, I want to be like him. Alright? So, if people come into a company and you, the leader, you are not all in, guess what? Nobody's going to be all in, and the vision is not going to go anywhere. That's why your vision is suffering, because you are not all in. You don't communicate. How many times have you come online and talk about the business you do? And you think since you don't talk about it, it means you don't believe in it and you want people to believe in it and follow you? Hell no, it doesn't work like that. You, the leader, you have to be all in. Watch the way we run the VIP Winners community. Do you see me all in? Do you see Neighbor Paul all in? Do you see Petula all in? We have to be all in. Look at 7 Studios. Do you see Crisco all in? Crisco, oh God. Crisco is all in 100%. He doesn't mind to leave the office at 2 a.m. as long as he's producing the result. And when every other member of his team see that level of work ethic, they buy into the vision and they can follow him. Why? Because the leader is all in. Next, 12. Don't give absolute power to any team member. You know, this is very key and it's very tricky, it's very sensitive. Don't give absolute power to any team member. When people have absolute power, they mess it up. They think they're gods. They think they can now talk to the team leader anyhow because you have given them too much power to control. If you are controlling accounting, give marketing to someone else. If you are a technician, leave sales to someone else. Leave cashier, auditing to someone else. When you get one person have so much power in the team, the person always abuses it, and that's the kind of person who can come and betray you. So you want to guard that. Make sure they call out each other, they look out for each other, they police each other so everybody stays accountable to each other. That's how you keep a team great to the top. Because human beings, they love comfort. We love comfort naturally. All right? When you give us too much laxity, you know, we tend to abuse it, and that's how betrayal always happens. I'm a victim of that a lot of times. Even now I'm dealing with that because, you know, some people don't even understand when you trust them so much. They take it for a weakness, all right? So you want to be able to, you know, mellow that a little bit. 13, be ready to forgive well-intended team members who betray you. As an entrepreneur, let me share the sad news with you. You'll be betrayed a lot of times by some well-intended people who are very close to you, to whom you've sacrificed a lot and, you know, held their hands. They will betray you. But here is the difference. Somebody can betray you without knowing he's well-intended, but just that at his growth level, in his personal development level, he's not a level where he understands on how to be loyal at that level. All right? So you may want to forgive that. Don't just go sack somebody because they make one mistake or two. There are some people, it will take you about 20 years to replace. When you have team members, keep them jealously, try to understand, forgive, be patient, and hold their hands and educate them. They will make a lot of mistakes, but that does not mean you should be, somebody just messes up a little bit, bam, you're out, bam, you're out. If you do that, you're always going to be alone and be recruiting new staffs. You know, the people that, when you invest in people, make sure they stay, you know, with you for the long journey. Because you can't replace there's not any kind of person that you can replace. Nobody truly is indispensable, but guess what? Some people are very difficult to replace. So you want to keep them, even when they make mistakes, try to understand them and bring them to understanding that what you're doing will not only kill me, but will kill you as well. Because we're standing on a ladder that's on top of the fence. We're standing like a plywood. There's an image. Crisco, I'll send you this image. That I'm standing on it, and you are standing in front. The balance is because I am standing here, that's why you're standing. All right? If you push me, I fall. Guess what? You fall too. You fall. So a team needs to know that they're dependent on each other. If one person falls, a lot of people will fall with him. It's very important you let them know and always reiterate that we are here because we are here holding one another. Because of everybody's contribution that we are going this far. If one person fumbles, it's going to hurt the entire company. And if somebody fumbles, sometimes we can forgive. And there are dimensions, there are levels of mistakes that you don't forgive, you don't tolerate, you kick the person out because that's a bad intended person. He had very bad intention towards the company and the members of the company. You may want to kick that person far, far away. Even sometimes can get the person to prosecution, get the person locked up. If it's a criminal, you know, action that the person took, you may want to go lock up the person for the law to deal with that kind of a person because the person becomes a threat to your company growth. It's very important. I think we've come to the end of this wonderful, you know, exercise to process how you can build a dream team, you know, with your team members. And if you think you want us to, you know, deliberate on this, share your thoughts in the comment section. If you want to reach out to Star Daddy Consulting, always, you know, contact Davin and we're going to get you, you know, in your business on how to make it better. That said, Star Daddy in the building, you already know. Let's go.
Turn to car. How we made it in Africa, together we thrive until we win. Say now we VIP we dominate. We are 1,000 VIP winners in the whole wide world. How we made it in Africa, together we thrive.